What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Sorry for the delay and the interruption. Uh, had everything set up. Been working outside today. Yeah, I did catch a little bit of the game while I was grabbing a bite to eat, and everything was set up. All I had to do was come in here and start, and the screen that I had it set up on is not working. There's no power. So right now I'm working with 3 screens today. Usually I work with 4, so today I will be working with 3. All right. Welcome, Atlanta DJ Zone Tech Tuesday Live. You are here with the kid, aka Kenyon Ellis, aka Ken Ellis, aka Mr. Extraordinary or Mr. Extraordinary. So welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Ring that bell notification so you will get all the notifications of whenever I post another video or do another podcast. So tonight's topic is going to be a continuation from last week. Last week, I went a little deeper into Serato's library process or whatever. And the reason why is because I'm still working on another DJ's hard drive and his library. Well, I'm not doing anything that I'm doing tonight, but I decided, well, let's find out what will he need once he gets it back to start cleaning up his library. So what I did as of yesterday, or it may have been this morning, I don't remember when. I did it earlier notice than what I usually do, is that I sent out several posts over several DJ groups and let me move my mic up so y'all can hear me a little bit better. Anyway, I sent out posts to several different DJ groups asking, hey, what do you use to clean up your library? What software or program or application that you use to clean it up? Clean up your library, to organize your crates or whatever. One is that most people are looking for is duplicate removals. And I'm sure there's probably nobody out there now that doesn't have at least maybe 20 duplicate tracks on their hard drive. Now, they can take up a lot of space depending on how those duplicates are made. If you're using something like maybe iTunes or now Apple Music, sometimes they can create duplicates. So that's one application, a duplicate removal program. Also ID3 tag editors to where you can clean up your tags, and also what was the other one? Other music management programs that's out there, whatever else that there is out there, as well as what method do you use to organize your hard drive? Do you organize your crates by year, genre, specific events, or whatever, or do you do a little bit of both? I want to talk about what is a good method or the best method, and then also I'm looking for anybody out there that may have or may be using right now the crate hackers. There's a group, or there's an application, a program, or a service. I guess that's what it is. There's a service out there called Crate Hackers. If you haven't seen it pop up on your timeline or haven't heard about it in other groups, I don't know exactly how to explain it. I don't know whether they offer a service to help manage and organize your crates that show you how to do it, or if they do it themselves, or if they just offer music that's just clean and categorized. So with me, I like to have my stuff organized. I like to have everything the same. No, no underscore. I hate the underscores. I hate the underscores and stuff. I hate tracks that are listed in all caps. I hate tracks that have unnecessary text or titles or anything like that. And I like it clean and short, just the way it was when MP3s first came out during the days of LimeWire and all those other applications out there, Winamp or whatever. Artist name dash song. That's it. That's all I need, unless it some depending on if there's a featured artist, maybe in parentheses, and then even then abbreviate feature. Now there's some applications out there to where if you want, instead of the word feature, you may want it abbreviated with FT or FEAT dot, or whatever it is, to shorten it up to where you don't have parentheses, the full word featuring, and then whatever artists are featuring in it. Really, all you just need is featuring, so you can tell. And in some cases, you could probably just put them in the feet in parentheses. But I like to keep it short, FEAT or maybe FT, and then who's ever featuring, and keep those in parentheses, but after the title or after the song, not with the artist. Because if it's the main artist, if this track belongs to the artist, I want that to be categorized to where all his tracks are seen. You won't have tracks with just his name, and then you start having a whole bunch of tracks with different features, and that kind of clusters everything up. To keep everything neat, organized, have the artist name all the way down, unified, all looking the same, first letter capitalized, everything else lowercase, unless that's how that artist has his name. And then over in the song category, the name of the track, parentheses, featuring, blah, blah, blah. Because you can still find it either way. But with the artist name in one column, just only that. And then anybody that's featured on this track is listed in the song. You can find it just as easy. And in some cases, the best way to do this is to have it in your before it's in your crates, have it listed on your hard drive the same way. Artist name dash song parenthesis, open parentheses, FEAT FT, featuring artist, whatever the artist name, close parentheses, done. It's a wrap. .mp3, .mp4, .aiff, or whatever. Keep it short and to the point. So right now, I only got maybe 4 or 5. I haven't installed any yet. I went through looking for some applications until I was able to get some feedback from other people. I haven't seen a lot of replies yet on this topic. I think a lot of people may be tuning in, but nobody hasn't provided any feedback. So basically, I'm just gonna be jumping in tonight, finding different applications, and then we're gonna go through and find out which one works best by actually using it. So enough delay. Let's get started. As usual, when I get to a certain point, because you may hear the excitement or whatever in my voice whenever I'm doing the show. So every now and then, before I jump to a topic, I got to take a swig of water. And also tonight, I got something a little bit special besides water. When the water starts to die out, I got a little close me out nightcap. Seagram's Escape Strawberry Daiquiri. The wife bought these, and I think she's been drinking all those. She's probably been consuming all those. So I just went ahead and threw one in the freezer to get it chilled up. It's nice and chill. My water is nice and chilled. That's how I like it. So let's let's see. I see we got comments right now, and let me see who's out there. And if you have any questions, or if you have any applications that we can use, something that you can use that you can give feedback on, let us know what works. Let us know what doesn't work, because I've tried a lot of them and they don't work like I wanted to. I guess I wanted the easy way, and the one that worked the easy way, it no longer exists. And that was I forgot the name of it. It's not even around no more, but it used to you can just hit a button and it'll go through and it'll clean everything up, but it's not even available anymore. It's been so long, I forgot the name of it. Maybe one of you guys will remember what it is, but I just forgot the name of it. So let's get started. And okay, all right. What's up, Demetrius? Let me see, make sure I say it right. I don't have my glasses on. Demetrius Alexander, thank you for tuning in. Um, if you haven't checked this show out before, like I say, everything is on the fly. I don't prepare none of this stuff because usually most of the time I don't have time to. So everything is usually on the fly. And so this podcast may be long. The minimum time at most is about 2 hours. The longest I think I went was like maybe 8 hours, but we're not doing 8 hours today. Maybe two to 3 hours or whatever. It's all live, so it's all good. So if you got any applications that you want to list, go ahead, put them in the comments so I can open them up and see what's up. So I'm gonna jump into my first one, and this one is the first one. I've used it before. I haven't used it in a while because I haven't been organizing my music in a while. Let's see. Okay, you set your crates up by genre, BPM, and harmonic key. So you use so you use Camelot key, the Camelot scale, or whatever to organize. Now, do you use this in the crates, or you have this in the library or in the file column? Because how I have my stuff listed in the column is I have the of course the column that you can't change is the column that tells you if you have corrupt files, if you have lock files, if you're using, it indicates whether that file is a video. It indicates and this service is no longer available either. It indicates if you have a white label track, and also if you have missing files, and maybe a few other things. That's the first column. That's the column that you can't change. Everything after that, you can either add or change it. And how I usually have mine's, that first column, the default column, BPM, key, artist name, song, and usually that's about it. I don't need to put length, because the length is going to pop up once you load it. So I don't really worry about the length. So I don't use length. I definitely don't use comments. Sometimes I may do location, but I only use location if it's a missing track or if I want to know where it is. So usually I keep it short to that. BPM, key, artist, song. And that's usually it. How I organize my crates, and that's one thing that I haven't did in a while. And I got music over tons of drives. Maybe, I mean, just looking right now, I have no music on this drive. 2 terabyte lacy drive, of course, it's been taken apart. So I've replaced the actual drive. The original drive that was in here was a 500 gig. I replaced it with a 2 terabyte. This is a 1 terabyte Seagate. Let me see. Where's another one? I probably got maybe 2 or 3 more over there. And I got a desktop, and I may not be able to move it. And I have this one. Now, what I say about these drives that are powered, these are backup drives. And that's what I'm using this for, backup. If possible, do not use these at an event because they're powered. A slip of either disconnect the power or the USB connection or whatever connection that you use, and you just lost everything. Everything is gone, which meaning by gone, meaning that the music disappears off the screen and you have to replug it and wait for it to load back up. So usually with that, I tell everybody, if anything, use these drives. Small drives, 1 USB cable, that's it. Don't use the backup drives because that's what they're supposed to be used for, is backup. Where was I going to start? Oh shoot, I just lost some keys. Keyboard fell on the floor and 2 keys popped off. So you're a tractor user. Okay. We have a few tractor users. Yeah, and that is a good thing to use smart crates. Serato has smart crates too. And a lot of people don't know how to use the smart crates correctly. So I don't know. I may touch into that a little bit later. I wish I was able to get this other screen back working, but because it's one of my larger screens. I have 2 22-inch monitors right here, and my camera is going out of focus. Okay, there we go. I got 2 22-inch right here and 2 32-inch behind it flanking, and one of the 32 inches is out. I don't know whether it's the power supply or if it's the actual TV. Tried unplugging it and it doesn't work. That wasn't the issue. So I don't know. I'll look into it in a minute. Right now, I'm trying to get this key on. All right. So I'll say first, let's start with the one that a lot of people like to deal with, and that's duplicate files. Duplicate files can be a pain because you can go to your all listing showing all your tracks, and then you go to a track, you find a track, and then you find out it's listed twice. And in some cases, it can be listed twice. In Serato, it can show up, it could be a missing file, and then one of them can be the actual file. So what do you do there? Now, there's 2 applications that you can use. One is one that I use on my 15-inch Mac, which is in the other room. I'm gonna see if I can try to get it connected so I can show what's on there. And the other one is one that I'm about to download to this computer. Now, I don't have any of these applications on this computer, which I need because this computer right here is probably the fastest computer in this house. So it does a lot, especially when it comes to analyzing tracks. It can analyze 16 songs at one time. Of course, if you've seen last week's show, it only finishes one at a time. So let's see, you say set up. Okay, our at the tractor have a smart playlist. and it puts everything together. Now explain that, because this is Tractor, of course. So I've used Tractor a couple times. It somewhat, I mean, compared to virtual DJ, I may prefer Tractor a little bit more than virtual DJ, but Serato is my main application. It's easy to use. Uh, Setup doesn't take that long. There's not a lot of complicated stuff, and plus, that's what I know. That's what I know. I may not know it completely as for using all the functions, but I can jump into it and do the basics, maneuver around, find what I need to find, do what I need to do, or whatever. It's the one that I've been using the longest since 2008 when it was Scratch Live. So that's what I use. Now, um, the smart playlist, is that something like Serato's smart crates? That's what I'm trying to find out about that, because I never did dabble a whole lot into Tractor. I had it, I used it a couple times, played around with it, didn't really fit me as much. Went back to Serato. Same thing with Virtual DJ. Dabble around with it, and Virtual DJ actually is, to me when I first used it, because now I do more scratching than I do mixing. So that's what I'm working on now. I'm working on advancing to the next level, which is scratching. And so when I started scratching on Virtual DJ, I noticed that there was a latency. There was like a delay. Like the feel of it wasn't as what I was used to with Serato. But of course, being a DJ, whenever you're using different equipment or different applications, you learn to adjust quickly. Just like compared to me using my 12s, and then when I get off my 12s and go use my Newmark PT1 with not with the stock fader, the PT1 scratch, not with the PT1 scratch stop fader, but with the mix fader, which is a Bluetooth fader. There's a latency on it. There's a latency that you have to adjust. So I know that I know whenever I use that, I have to adjust to it very quickly. And that's one thing that you have to do. Okay, you say yes, that the smart playlist is about the same as smart crates with the Serato. Cool. All right, so now, man, this throws a monkey wrench, because on another screen I got another DJ's hard drive that I'm working on. So yeah, let me remove some screen. You say it's a new feature. So Scratch Live, I mean not Scratch Live, but Tractor is still getting updates. I thought they were done with Tractor. It was a wrap on any updates or upgrades. So that's a new. So I guess, what is it? Is it the newest feature that they added before it became discontinued or something like that? Okay, you say you choose your genre and then your BPM. It automatically highlight the keys that mix together. So basically, choose your genre and then your BPM. It automatically highlight keys that mixes together. And so, okay, it does that automatically, where Serato, it does it manually. In order to do that, once you get you could do that in Serato, but it's more of clicking the ascending and descending to find it, to get it to where you want it to be. So say for instance what you were saying, that you choose your genre. So if you have a genre column or a comments column or a column, is there a column for genre in I'm on Scratch Live. Okay, there's a column. Never knew that. Never really used it. You said you had to pay for it in Serato. What is it? What is it called in Serato? I don't remember that in Serato as a paid feature. But anyway, you can do it to where you can organize your BPM ascending and descending, which at that point is going to show maybe 144 at the top and 67 or whatever at the bottom, and then you can flip it and switch it depending on where you are. If your cursor, if you're at the top of the screen, you can have the highest first, or you can hit it again and have the lowest first or whatever. Then once you get that, then you can hit your key. So if you go to genre, get that categorized first, and then go to BPM, get that categorized, and then hit key, and it will kind of work it like that. Now, what is the feature called in Serato? That's what I'm trying to find out. This is something I don't know about, or something that I know that maybe I'm not paying attention to, or unaware of. All right, while I hear back for you on that, I'm gonna jump into the first program. All right, now here is the first one. This one right here is called it is called Dupe Guru. And Dupe Guru is a duplicate fixer. I've used it a couple times and it works pretty good. I mean, you can use it on everything, as you can see, all different types of media. And basically it works. Now I'm downloading it on PC. Where's my download box? Saving it. All right, let's run it. Because like I said, I don't have that program on this computer. All right, now I'm going through the setup, and let me bring this up so you can see. Because the way that I have, and I do this on mostly all my computers, especially those that have duplicate drives in them. I will separate the installation of various programs. Like, say for this one, this is an installation path. This location is fine. When it gets to a point where it asks, where do I want to save data? Like, say for instance, where it would want me to back up any duplicates that I remove in case that I want to restore them. And if it gives me a folder location, which is different from this, I would change it over to a completely different drive. I'm gonna leave that unchecked because I don't want it to start after. All right, so is it done? Okay. Now, here is the program. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna run it with these. This is my storage drive. This is where all my data is stored. As you can see, it's not C. My operating system, and hold on a second, because my StreamYard screen got, okay, there we go. My operating system screen and my storage, well, no, my operating system and programs are located on C only. No data, no pictures, documents, downloads, videos, or whatever is not saved to see. I have everything saved to a different drive that I can easily back up. Anything happens, I got my data. Data is backed up. Operating system and programs, I can reinstall it, both of them. I can reinstall the operating system and I can put the programs back on, because most of the time the programs, the exe, the install file for the programs are going to be on the E drive. So as long as I got that, once I put the operating system in and get it synced up to where it reads E as the storage, we good to go. So I'm just going to do, and right now this is free, which I'm sure it's only gonna allow me to do a certain amount. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what type of duplicates I have on these folders and drive, which shouldn't be any, but you never know. So it's running pretty fast, but then, like I said, this computer is probably the fastest one in the house out of 4 custom computers. Oh, and it's picking up some. Wow. Two. Are these all duplicates? My goodness. But I'm sure it's going to give me an option to where I can only delete a certain amount without activating and paying for the full version. Now, what I like to say with programs like this, find something that works for you, go through, try it. If it removes 50, and if that works for you, then pay for the full version. It's good that a lot of these programs give you a trial and a taste of what it can do. So then you can't buy something and then it doesn't work for you, or you don't feel comfortable with it, or it's not doing what you wanted to do, or whatever. This way, this is a trial process. So like I said, this is the first one of the duplicate. Now, if you're on Mac, the one that I use on Mac, which also it serves other purposes. So it's basically like an all-in-one. It will do scans, not exactly virus scans or whatever, but it would do scans to clean up files and stuff on your drive. You can remove programs or whatever. It's a very universal tool that I use, and it's called Magician. So what I'm gonna do while this running, I'm gonna move this out the way for now, and I'm gonna look up Magician for Mac. And I've been using that one for a while. I'm not for sure if this is the actual. Okay, I guess this is. Is this? No, this is not the. This is not the actual Magician site. So let me find out where that is. And where is my cursor? Okay, there we go. So let me go back. I thought that was it because I clicked on the one at the top. That may have been it. Or is it, has it been discontinued? I'm not for sure who makes it, I don't know if Softonic makes it. Okay, well, my dupe guru is completed, and I don't have any duplicates, or I don't see any. Well, wait a minute. Let me see what it does if I check it. Let's do music. Okay, don't have any music, videos. Okay, so it did find duplicates. Now, these right here, this is let's see if it tells me a location, which I do want to know. Okay, it tells a location, and I can't maximize that. So it tells me with the amount of duplicates that I have, I can get 7 gigs of data, 7 gigs of space back by using this. Now, I would like to be able to see this full file name, but it's not letting me. I may have to make everything short. Because I want to know if this is the same. And right now it's showing me, when I clicked on it, it actually opened up the file. And I think this is Pro Presenter. That's what I want to see. Yeah, it is Pro Presenter. So I don't know why it's showing me duplicates. Why did this program? Okay, so I got duplicates, and the duplicates show that some of them are listed as sample, and some of them are listed without sample in it. And with me clicking on it, it will, I don't know, it's not doing the same one for all of them. Like this one is not doing sample. So, all right, let me do this. I'm gonna open up each file because you can click on it and it'll open. If it's the same, then I'm gonna go ahead and let it work that way. All right, let's see if I can minimize this so you can see what I'm looking at. All right, now this is oh, disappeared. All right, let me open it again. And it went to a screen that I didn't want it to go to, which is up here. And I can't access it because I don't have that TV on. My 5th screen. All right, got to make some adjustment to try to get that back. Because even if I close it and reopen it, it's going to open in that same. And what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to go up and close it. All right, I'm back now. I didn't realize I got kicked off my screen. I'm still talking, but I couldn't find the screen that I had this application up. So I'm back. And that's because I had changed everything around. So let me move this back down here where I had it and to get that screen back up. All right, so get my dupe application. All right, this is the, oh, I forgot, then screen share it again. All right, so this is the file that I mentioned a while ago. So right here with this one, when I click on it, this one opens up. This is that image for that. Now let's click on this one and see if it is the same one. It's the same image. So it did, I don't know why, but the application creates a sample and the original one, same size or whatever. So let's go with that. Let's go with that video. Let's see with this one. I think this one is 1-2. And the thing is, I want to know the location. Well, no, that's Wonder. That's Filmora. But it's the same. It's a duplicate. So wow. I got a lot of duplicates. And some even 3 listed. That one doesn't do anything. So if I click on it, it takes out 2. So let's go up here and there should be a all that I can click on. Auto mark. And you have different selections that you can make. You could do keep the newest in each group. That's the default. Keep the oldest. Keep the most modified. Keep the least modified. Or select location. I'm gonna go with the default, keeping the newest. And as you can see, that's pretty good. That works out pretty good. Let's see what it did. Even for that last one that had 3, it did that. So let's go ahead and delete those. And I can only do 15. So let's do those 15. So it found 1784, deleted 15, 12 retained. So I don't know. I may try this one. I may actually get this one. And then you can also undo it. If I want to undo it, and they're back. Now, if I hit undo again, will it delete them? Nope, it just undo. It just goes back an option. If I need to actually delete them again, then I would go through with that process. And it won't let me do it now because I've already deleted the 15. But I wonder if I close it and reopen it, if it'll allow me to do that. I got a note up here. Okay. And this one, you could do a lot of other stuff too. Update all drivers. Virus, some type of virus protection online. But I'm sure all this is like extra stuff. It's probably not in this same application. That's probably other applications that you could buy this same. So Duke Guru, and this is Duke Guru, right? No, this is not Duke Guru. I thought this didn't look familiar. Hold on, but that okay, it is Duke Guru. They just didn't have the name. I didn't see the name. You don't see the name on it. But as for getting rid of your files, because you can view everything at one time, this one is not bad. Now, let me take a break for a second. Let me run and get my MacBook, which is in the other room. And then I'm going to try to show you what Magician looks like. So pause for the calls. I will be right back in a split. Okay, sorry about that. Now, what you were saying about, is it Moses? Moses. I think it's Moses how it's pronounced. But anyway, you was asking that you use that to create your instrumental acapella. So I guess that's I think I've heard of that before, but it's been a while since I've heard of that. Um, will it delete any of my tracks because they are the same size? Now, you can select by, if you remember when, and let me open the application. I got the application open back up. So let's go back to, now I think I may have to scan again, but let's go ahead and scan. And then while I'm talking, you'll be able to, oh, and it did it just that quick. So now when you select it, or when I selected something, like say for instance, here, the birthday pack, it's selected all the same size and a modified date. So if you modified it, you can choose which of the latest. Like say if you have a project that you're working on and you just creating several different ones, and well, you wouldn't have them, you wouldn't be able to keep the same name in the same folder. Say if you create different folders for that particular project, and say one folder is rough draft, one folder is pre-finish, and then another folder or production, and then the last one is final version or final draft or whatever. It's the same track. Of course, the size may be different, but let's say, for instance, the size isn't the same. You make minor changes in it that keeps it the same size. Nothing has been changed in it. Say if you change colors, or if you add text, or if you add something to where the file size doesn't change, but in each folder is like a clone of that, even though it's been edited. As you can see, when you click on auto mark, you can choose. The newest one is by default, which you probably want to keep the most current one. Or you can select keep the oldest one or whatever. So you can select, and then also the fact is that you can look and view. And let's see, it didn't do a preview. I thought it would have done a preview over here on the side, but it didn't. But you can open up that program and find out which one that you want to delete, which, like I said, that's a good thing. Now let's see if it'll allow me to delete these again. Oh, I only get that one shot, 15 track one shot. So in order for me to actually use this again, I would need to buy it. So right now I'm on my MacBook. I'm about to pull my MacBook up. Am I still muted? Okay, I shouldn't be muted now. I was muted at first because before you came in, I went to get my MacBook. So now I got my MacBook, and I'm setting up the program that I use for Mac. So I'm gonna pop my MacBook on in just a second so you can see how that works. All right, let's see. All right. So does anybody here use what do y'all use for anything? Because I'm trying to get an idea of what other applications are out there that other people may use besides what I've been researching. Because what I've been researching is like the minimum. So I'm trying to see what everybody else may be using that I can explore into. So I may just use the ones that I've gotten so far. All right, so I got my MacBook on now. Okay, so I got my MacBook now, and let me open up Magician. Now this is Magician. Wait, I don't think I have it up where y'all can see it. So give me a second. All right, here we go. This is from my MacBook, and this is Magician. Let me go to the home so you can see what it looks like. Now this one I've been using this for years. I could do a quick scan real quick, which it scans for any type of anything that may be harmful. It only found it 23 megabytes. I go ahead and clean that up. I run it pretty often. So that's done. Now with the cleaner, this is how the cleaner works as for duplicates. Let's go ahead and do a, and I think I may have run the same type of scan. Now, what you saying about Cool Edit Pro, and Ableton Live 10? What did I miss on that? All right, let's clean that up. All right, and let's go to details for a duplicate. Now, this is how duplicate works on this application. Um, Now this is my MacBook, so I got music here. Let's see how many duplicate files I have just for music. So I would want it to scan music. Now it's just going to scan the music folder, which it shouldn't find anything because I don't have any music saved in the music folder. It's all saved on the music drive, so there it didn't find anything there. So let's go to a new scan, and let's add a folder. Or no, I say what? Let's remove duplicates that I may have and download. Like say for instance, if I downloaded the same version of Serato multiple times because I didn't realize that I already had that version on there. So if I have Serato 2.5, 2.5, and then 2.51, 2.52. And what I mean by the one behind it, meaning another copy, and then another copy, and then another copy. And let's do a scan on that. See, and I don't have any. I think I kind of clean everything up. I don't want to do pictures because I may have duplicates. So I'm gonna direct it to my music drive, which is where all my music is kept. And I wanted to scan that whole drive. No duplicates there either. I guess I've cleaned it up recently. Let's see. Let's go to storage because even on my MacBook, I have different drives or different partitions for data. So now I've added that. Where is it? Okay, it's here. So, all right. So right now it's going through my data and it's going to find a lot of stuff that's in my home folder because my home folder is not saved to the original drive. It's saved to the storage drive. So right now it's scanning there. And like I said, if you look over here on the left-hand side, you see there's a lot of other valuable information, valuable tools that you can use besides a duplicate. You can have it to, which a lot of people don't have. If you have Mac, you don't have usually have a lot of issues with virus unless you're dealing with porn or something. But you have security and you have optimize, which I use this a lot. Let's see if I can jump to it. Okay. Okay, it's still running. Let me click on all of them. This one is a file finder in case you want to find files, say at a different size or whatever. Like, say for instance, if you want to remove any files that are like 5 gigs in size, which most likely will probably be videos or something like that, 4K videos or whatever. So you can do a search right there for that. Then you have the security. I could do an anti-Trojan scan. I could do firewall scan or whatever. Those are what I can do there. All right. Then you got an optimizer. And there you can do various things like view what are your default applications, what's your startup applications, which you can do this in Windows too. A lot of people don't know about it in Mac. So if you're DJing, you know what applications are open when you restart your computer. So you may want to go in, like say for instance, this application, this is Distrill. This is a clone software. So I don't want it to open whenever I restart. So I just click that there. So whenever I restart, it won't run in the background. I can click here and I see other applications. Team Viewer, nope, I don't want it to run in the background. This one, HyperPen, that's a graphics application. I don't want it to run in the background. All right, hold on a second. I think I need to plug this in. Out. Charger. I think that's good for right now. I'm gonna have to unplug something else before I can get that in. Um, Not for sure what this is. I'm not gonna mess with that. Uh, and some of the stuff you may not want to mess with, like, okay, this is for my NS7, and I'm not gonna mess with that either. I'm gonna let that stay. But I've removed a couple things that'll save a lot of time and boot speed whenever I restart. And like I said, there's like this is my hard drive. This is my space. Um, Studio and performance are operating system and programs. If you haven't heard about Operation DJ Superhero and Performance Dual Boot, check out my YouTube video on that. It'll show you why I have a studio and a performance OX. Music is where all my music is stored. Storage is where all my data is stored. So music and storage are on one drive. I would back that up. That's those are probably the two important ones that I would back up versus these, because I can reinstall the operating system and the programs, especially if they're here in storage. All right, then you have software, no updates. If I want to uninstall an application, like I got Serato 1.73, do I need it? I mean, I usually leave it, but just for kicks, I'm just gonna go ahead and uninstall it. It's an old version. I got newer version than that, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. And there is nothing else for me to install. Here's some recommended, and I'm not for sure. I don't think I ever seen this one before. This one may be fairly new. And this is the specs for my MacBook. So that's it. The cleaner is still running. Duplicate still running. And right there, it found 882, almost 900 megabytes of duplicates. And let's see results. Okay. Now, what do you use for any editing or tagging or removal or whatever? These are the two is for duplicate removals that I would suggest for PC or Mac. Now, I'm not for sure. Magician is a a PC based application. But you may want to look into that if you want to use that application. But Duke Guru is can be used for both. But the trial version, you only get to remove 15, and it only works once. Other than that, you can scan. If you want to actually remove stuff, you can remove it manually. If you want to remove duplicates, just like what I had earlier, the only difference between the file was it had sample. It was the exact same file. It had sample. I could do a search. I could just do a search and put in sample and .mp3, MP4, or whatever the file name, and it will come up, and it will most likely pull everything that had sample, and then I just delete it. Especially if it's from in the Wondershare folder or if it's in the Pro Presenter folder, I can go ahead and remove it straight off the bat. All right, there we go. Let's show results. These are my results. And what in the hell is all this? These are games. Are these okay? These are games, and as you can see, okay, it's in two different locations, but I have them on here twice. They're not really large, but I don't need both of them. Oh, the emulator games. Okay, now I remember, but I don't remember using them on the Mac. And then I have images. And see with this, they're in different folder locations. And this is all one folder. So I can actually go with this. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of one. And as you can see, I checked the box. It marks one location for each and leaves one. And I hit the trash can, delete permanently, and that's it. It's gone. So it kind of works. It works similar to Duke Guru, but this is the version for the Mac, and it also gives you other features. So if you want to look into Magician, look into that as an option. And that one was listed free, and I think it was a trial, but I have the full version. So that one is that. Now let's go into next. Because now I'm getting pop-ups from Duke Guru asking me if I want to buy the full version. Not right now, maybe later. So now since I got my Mac up, let me see. I have applications on here for cleaner, also this drill, which I stopped at. Where's the I got one on here for now. Let me ask you this: how many people use iTunes for music management? Now, I've never been a big iTunes fan since I talked to the guy at Rain, uh, Mike May. Mike May, I think that's his name. It's been a while since I've heard his name before. But anyway, met him at an event, and he mentioned the reason that you shouldn't use iTunes. And the reason that he mentioned not to use iTunes is because they're always doing whenever they do, and this is just Apple in general, even with the operating systems, is when they do an update, Serato or whatever application that uses that particular program or operating system has to create an update for it. So in that case, you may have somebody that may update their iTunes, but Serato is not compatible with that version of iTunes, or Serato may not be compatible with that version of the operating system, which we just learned recently within the past couple of months when the new 2021 MacBook came out, the one with the M1 chip, complete overhaul. Not only was it a different chip, but they also had a different operating system. So now with that operating systems, there's excuse me, there's two choices. If you have the M1 chip, you can get Big Sur. If you have an older um, Intel based chip, you could use Big Sur. So now they have to learn how to create among them. A lot of people didn't understand why it was taking Serato so long to release an update, and that's the issue. And now they have another operating system because every year Apple releases a different operating system. The next one coming up, I think, is Monterey. Monterey. That is the next one after Big Sur. So who's to say that we won't have the same issue? And now they got the M2 chip that's about to come out. The M2 chip, and then I think there's going to be a revamped version of the M1 chip. So Serato is back, about to be put back on the um, the chopping block with users for not having a compatibility, and as well as other pros. Virtual DJ may have a problem in the beginning. Tractor may have a problem in the beginning. I don't know if they had the same problems that Serato had, but a lot of manufacturers, third-party manufacturers that uses Mac, that runs on Mac, they can have that same problem. So where is and I should have one. I think I have media. I thought I had Media Monkey on here, but it's not. It's not here. Music. Here it is. Music Brains Picard. Picard. Music Brains Picard is how it's pronounced. Now, I haven't used this one in a while, but I don't understand how this one works. I haven't really jumped into depth. I just opened it up and dropped some files and see what it was able to do instantly. And I was not really satisfied with how it worked. So if one of you guys have ever used this program, explain to me how it works because I never could get it to work. So right now, I'm just gonna drop a folder. Let me find something I'm not really worried about because I have the music that's on here backed up in other places, so it's not really a real big issue. But I'm gonna go ahead and find a folder that has something in it. All right, let's go to music. All right, right here, and we're gonna choose grown folks folder. Uh, this one is kind of laid out how I like it. I don't see capitalization and you know all caps and underscores and stuff like that. So I can't remember what I need to do to make it run. So I'm gonna click on cluster. I think you just usually go through and what it does, see, is classifying everything for a cluster bit. Now let's go to lookup and see if it'll look anything up. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying that you use Cool Edit and Ableton Live for as a as a DAW or music editing. So, like I said, I downloaded this one, not for sure exactly how it runs, but it it worked with some. I think you have to. There's more that you have to do to it. You have to. There's a little bit of scripting or whatever that you have to put into it in order to get it to work how you would want it. But it's done. As for the lookup, now let's do run the scan. And as you can see, it's looking up album information, and it's not doing a good job. It's not finding anything. So that's why I kind of scrapped this one. And I think what you have to do, you have to put. I may need to look at this one a little bit more. You have to put in a little bit more criteria in order to get this one to work properly. And as you can see, it's going through all of them. Where is it? Can't tell where is it. Yeah, but that's done. So if I want to find, oh, I never really noticed this. This is where you can find additional information like tracks and any information that was used by that artist, like samples. And okay, this is album information. This is album information for Aaliyah's album, and I think that was what I think I may have had highlighted. But yeah, this one didn't really work with me as much as for what I wanted to do. And I went through and clicked on everything, and it didn't provide me with a lot that I wanted to do. So Music Brains Picard may need to do little bit more research, and the fact is that you can't do any manual change. I don't see the option to do any manual. Like if I want to change stuff manually, like if I want to take that out, I would have to go into the actual program. I have to go into the actual file where the file is located in order to see it. So it's kind of restricted, but it doesn't provide a whole lot. And let me see what else I had on Mac. I knew I had that one, which was the last one that I used. Um, I don't see anything else. Here's one that I tried. Tag Editor. This one right here probably works. I think this one, when I tried this one, it uses you have to do more manual. Let's go. I'm gonna pull up that same folder. And this is it. It's already there. So it's searching. Got 190 files. It's loading everything up. And okay, this is a trial version, and we're going to go ahead and run this trial. I do not want that. Can you just give me my 6? And I don't think I can run that without the. Sometimes you want to just try something to make sure that it works. And I think this was one of those cases. I tried it and I've used up that trial version, so I may not be able to run it this time. No, I don't have the registration code, so I can't use this one. But anyway, this one, I'm just gonna close it. Close that. All right, there we go. So now, okay, I'll do a new version if you can let me use it. But right now, I'm gonna say no, just to skip it. Okay. Okay, here you can select. This one is more manual. If I want to go, let's see if I can. Okay, right here, I want to take out the 12-inch. And I can't edit that. Well, I probably can't edit it. Okay, yeah, I can edit it. I would like to shorten it up like that. Take this out. And I don't even know if this is the actual name of the track. Oh, that's the name of the program. That's the name of the program. TuneUp. TuneUp was an application where, and it was promoted. I think it was promoted by Biz Markie. He was he was the one that I used to see in the ads for. TuneUp was an application, and I used it for a while, and it kind of worked if you had popular tracks. If you had a lot of like underground stuff that wasn't in the database, it didn't work. But with TuneUp, you take your files, you drop it into the application, boom, it starts working. It'll find it or it won't find it. That was simple. And I think now it's not even available anymore. But I can check to see. But this looks pretty. If you want to do like the manual editing or whatever, and I didn't know I had artwork with this, but I guess it did. Um, this one will edit. And let's see if it'll. Okay, now this is some stuff that I don't like. This is what I don't like right here. With the actual file name, the underscore, and stuff like that. YouTube, I don't care where it went from. The underscores, especially at the beginning, that can throw a lot of stuff off. I like it short and sweet. I don't need to know the year out exactly. I could put that in the comment or put it in the ID3 tag. Um, this one I would change. Take the 01 out. That's track information. And as I mentioned at the beginning, I will put that, put the feature in parentheses. Now, since this is a remix, yeah, I would leave the DJ Rob De Niro. I wouldn't leave the one, and actually, I would make remix shorter and put RMX as as opposed to capital REMIX. This is Jamie Foxx, so this should be glad to let me do that now. To I didn't change this one. But if you like to do manual stuff, this one will kind of work. And in some cases, T Pain may be T with no dash and then Pain. I would like it with the dash. So if you do have files that are like T Pain all together and you want to put a dash, you can do a search. And I'm not for sure if you can do it on this one, but you can. This one, like tag editor, is more manual. If you got a cluster or a folder of tracks, and maybe either that all one artist, genre, or whatever, you can go ahead and put that in. Like even if you have a folder that's based on year and the year is all the same, you can open up that folder, go into a specific area, maybe the comments or whatever, put the year in, and that'll make your smart search a lot easier as for what you're trying to find. So this is just some of the stuff. I'm not going to change all of them, but that's how I usually like to have my stuff. Let's see if it'll let me save it. Okay, so it will let. Okay, it won't. Okay, it did. Good. Good shit. Okay, so I'm done. It did save that. I only was able to do 6. So that's fine. And let me see. I think I may have had one more. Nope, I didn't. That was good. Wait a minute. This is one too. I didn't think of this one. I didn't use this one that much either. So I do have one more. And what this was doing, this one is using my library. This is the same manufacturer that um, let me share that I use Filmora video editing. So right now it's going to iTunes and getting the pinwheel of death, so I can't do nothing right now until that finishes up. And there's a newer version. All right, just remind me later. So while I'm waiting for the tracks to load up, what are you guys? What are your questions about this specific topic? Your library management, your crate management, removing duplicates, renaming tags, basically cleaning up your library. What do you like to do, or what you don't like to do about cleaning up your library? Because I have on all my drives, and what I do, I would take the drive with the most music on it and start working on that one. And the best thing to do is to work on maybe a folder a day, depending on the size of it. Work on a little bit at a time. Don't try to get overwhelmed by working on the whole entire library. Just work on a little bit at a time and just get it done. Even if it take a few months. And you'll notice a big difference when you do that. And that's what I'm gonna start doing now. I haven't really touched my library as much. I only work with certain music and certain tracks that I know that I want to use. So that was my to go with as for what I wanted to do. And why is this okay? iTunes. Still trying to read my iTunes library. Let's see. And it's hung up. So let's close that out. And I might have to reopen it back up. All right, let's do a force quit because quit just didn't make it happy. So let's do a force quit. That one was all the way down at the bottom. Let's give it another shot. I don't know if I may have too many applications open, which is why it may be doing that, but we're gonna try it again. Put my phone up. All right, just to let you guys know, if you don't know and you've been under a rock within the past few days, um, Pandemic Games and Entertainment Group is back. Right now, there is a hang up. If you are now in the Pandemic Games Entertainment Group, I may have to create another group in order to get that to work because I do have rooms um, available, but for some reason, it's not giving me a button to use it. And I need to kind of check that right now to see if that's done because if not, I'm going to need to create another group. But right now, if you attended some of the pandemic games um, for that I had in the past, then you definitely want to get in, and it's still not working. You definitely want to get in on this time because we got a couple new DJs that is on the roster. And this is taking too much time trying to load. Let me close some of this other stuff I'm not using. Close Magician. And usually Magician will run in the background, but I went ahead and closed it out. Um, Close the card. That's what it was. I think it was other programs I had open that was causing an issue. That sound that you guys may be hearing, that's the fan inside this MacBook is starting to go bad. So I'm gonna need to replace that soon. All right, now I'm not for sure. I haven't used this one in a while. This one has a duplicate. I see right here a duplicate feature. And let's do a rescan. it's found some duplicates. Go ahead and oh, of course, yep. Trial 10 songs. Doesn't mess with duplicates. Okay, fix missing music tags for all songs in one click. Yes, please. So it's going to do these, I guess, these 8 tracks. Let's do this. Ah, okay. So this one, it can fix missing music tags for all songs in one click, and it can fix missing album artwork in one click, as well as clean duplicate songs. And then there's tech support. So this may be a good contender. And I've used the trial version on this one. So this one is a no go here, but I guess we can kind of look at what it does. And so I don't know. I may get this one. Check out check me out later on. Ask me about this one because I use a Wondershare. I use Wondershare already. I think Wondershare is also under the same umbrella as Filmora. So that's what um, that's what I use right now for video editing. Besides, I have that in Vegas, and I think I have Premiere. I think Adobe Premiere is the video editing, or is Premiere for music. I don't know, but I have it on in Studio One, but I haven't used it yet. So this one may be a good contender. Definitely over Music Record, and I don't even remember what the last one was, but the last one too. To where if you can just one click and it will search databases to find the tracks. Yes. Okay, let me see. Since you got a question here, let me see what the how you can DJ on the group. Um, let me look and see. All right, here is the slots. I wanted to start earlier than 6, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get off work. So right now, 6 to 8 is covered. So that's a 2 hour slot that's covered by DJ Eric Prince. 8 to 9. I'm trying to remember who had 8 to 9. I think Sylvester had 8 to 9, and 9 to 10. Yeah, 8 to 9 is covered by Sylvester. 9 to 10 is covered by Tyrone. 10 to 11 is DJ 007, and Carlton Evans Sea Dog is closing out at 11 to 12. So right now I'm covered. I don't know if you must didn't see the post. I posted the other day asking if there was somebody interested. But I'll tell you what, this is what we do. This is what we could do. If you're interested, send me, make a 1 hour mix, because in case somebody doesn't show or something happens or whatever, I can plug that mix in a spot or whatever, unless you're gonna be available to cover in case somebody shows at last minute notice. But if you make me a mix, it could be a mix, whether it's just audio only, or if it's audio video. If you do audio, send me some action photos, some photos with you behind your gear, doing an event or whatever, so I can do a slideshow that can play in the process. That that's what you can send me, and then in the position, like maybe I can fit you in from a 5 to 6 if I have somebody here, one of the kids or whatever, to start it. And what the hell is going on? Okay, I think I don't have my MacBook connected, so let me connect my MacBook because I think it's down to 21% battery life. So let me connect it. Yeah, whichever one, because right now I don't have any backups. The backup is me, which um I mean I may try to be prepared to do a set in case somebody doesn't show, but um I don't have my music prepared. So that's why also I'm doing this, because I'm gonna be organizing my music as well soon. So I will have music to prepare to do a set if needed be. All right. MacBook is taken care of. So yeah, I'm gonna type in the email address you can send it to. Whether you want to do it, you could do it Dropbox, or what's the other file program? I can't think of it. It was on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, I was gonna do email. Now this is like R&B, old school hip hop, grown folk music. This is a grown folks event, so that's what the music and the category is. I mean, you could do jazz, you could do instrumental or whatever. It's just something to keep people entertained while while they're playing games. So just send me a mix on that. You can you can add your drops in. You can if you're doing if you're doing video, make sure you put your social media information, put your cash app information on, whatever you want to do. I'm letting everybody, exploit themselves and basically promote their brand. So go ahead and do that because you could be sitting at home or you could be at work or whatever, and all of a sudden you see, $20 or whatever hit your cash app. You're like, okay, who is this? And it could be from the event that somebody like your mix or like your music enough, and they just sent you something in Cash App. Now, me personally, I don't use Cash App, but I mean for DJing, I don't Cash App. I've tried it a couple times, and I'm like, okay, I didn't feel comfortable doing that, so I just took it. I just took it off, and I don't use Cash App for that anymore. But yeah, just go ahead and send me that mix, and I'll get you on. All right, so what else? I had some other applications, and I think most of them. Now, the one that the one that really that I really want to, and I'm switching back over to PC now. So now I'm off the Mac, and I'm back over to PC. So let me find the other one that I want to talk about. Let's see. Mention Music Brain Picard, Dupe Guru for removing duplicates, Magician. Uh, what was the other one that I had on that? Tag Editor and Tidy My Music. Now, what I want to know, who uses Apple Music or iTunes to organize their music, because that was one that was listed in a search, and I know it works pretty good, but I don't know how well. So right now, I'm about to open up another one. There's another one that I found that was in my search, and I think I've used it before. It Here it is right here, MP3 tag, and this one I think this one is probably all free, and it looks like it's, man. You could go back to 95 with this. Uh, so let me give this one a try. Go ahead and install standard. Yep. Okay. Shortcuts, desktop. Okay. Let all that stay there. Okay, destination folder. That's where I want the install go. And that's what it's going to show up. And this is free with the donation. So if you do get this, go ahead and send that person a donation. I'm just going to try it out and see how it works. Now, was it supposed to open up, or am I waiting for it to? Okay, so it didn't open up. Let me actually open it up. And here it is. Opened up. All right, let's load some tracks. And I do have some music on. Let's see what I have in this folder. Okay, I got 100 tracks in here. And I can't remember if this one is kind of fairly organized. There's no real big changes in it that I see that needs to be done. But let's go ahead and oh, okay, I know what this is. This is Return of the DJ, that folder. So with this, I can go ahead and add in, like, say for instance, um, iTunes. Let me see it. You had iTunes lock up Serato DJ Pro. Yeah, so you can have issues with using iTunes. That's why I don't use it. And I also hate the fact that if I want to transfer music to my phone to listen to, I have to use iTunes. I have to import it and then export it over or whatever. I mean, there's applications to where you can actually transport it over without having to use iTunes. But I mean, why can't I just connect my phone, drag and drop, and be done? They don't make it a lot easier. But say here, if you want to add a year or other information or whatever, this one does it. But I don't think it does anything automatic. This is more of a manual. But you can organize how you have it. I think this one, that option searches. Oh no. Excuse me. See, this one incorporates music brains card. No search. Discog. Okay, I don't have an account with this, so I can't use that one. Nope, can't use those. Okay, so this one is more of a manual. If there's certain stuff that you want to change in manually, you can go ahead, you can change it. But for the most, this folder right here is it's laid out pretty much how I would want stuff to be laid out. and that one is MP3 tag. That one is a manual one. Let's go to another one, MP3 tag. Let's try this one. And I'm getting this one. This one is for Windows, just like everything else I've been using. Media Monkey, Media Manager for the series collectors. Now this may be for collectors, may not work as well for DJs. Manage, organize, share, play, convert, customize, enjoy. Excuse me. Maybe a different application or a different media that you could use for each. So let's look into Windows. Uh, you have different versions, and sure you have a lot of stuff that's stripped out just by using the um, the free version as opposed to getting one of the full. But unless it just automatically finds everything and does all the grunt work, I'm down with it. If it takes a while and you have to go through um, and manually be able to make those changes, nah. Okay, you said you back up all your music to your Google Drive and your SSD. Do you have now? I got the 1 terabyte default Google Drive. I don't use the Google Drive. Actually, I don't save any of my music on the cloud. I like to have actual physical copies because, well, right now I don't. I probably wouldn't have that issue, but if you have stuff on the cloud, you're gonna need broadband in order to retrieve it. So, say for instance, if you have 3 terabytes that's stored on the cloud, but your ISP only allows you 1.2 1.2 gigs a month. Oh, excuse me, 1.2 terabyte month of broadband. You won't be able to get all your broadband with your home based service. You may have to go to access from another place, maybe a library, and get a terabyte, and then somewhere else or whatever. That was a problem that I saw or that I had was with the broadband. Just this household alone, we use up we use up 1 terabyte of broadband within the first 20 days of a month. So right now we're on a completely unlimited, and right now with the unlimited, we may do close to 2 terabytes a month, and that includes well with my streaming and anything I'm downloading, and then we got smart home devices, and the kids have their computers and stuff, TVs, streaming, streaming sources or whatever. So that's a lot that we use up, and it goes quick. So I don't use um, I don't use any cloud based service. Everything physical copy here, and I may even have stuff stored in other locations. So that's what I prefer. I mean, everybody have their own choices, but cloud, nah, that it can take entirely too long for that. So, all right, I think this is going to be the last one, unless somebody else has something. I mean, there's a lot more. Okay, I tried Media Tag, Apple Music. I'm not going to jump into that one, but let's try this Media Monkey. I've already installed it, haven't I? looking at this full. Okay, let me download to a different location. Okay, it says my disk is full. Why is my disk full? Go back to. Just installed inside this folder. And that's full. That's odd. Let me look at those folders. And they're not full. So I don't know what the deal is. So for some reason I can't install this one. I have space on E. And why does it say? Oh, I had it. It was running right there. Let's try it one more again. Because it was downloading one time, but now I don't see the option. It's only 700 megabytes. So why is it not? Put it with the rest of the stuff. All right, let's do this. I need to close some programs. That may be the issue. getting a little drowsy. Okay, this is photo location. And it's still, well, some reason I can't download this one. And it's not available on Mac. So I can't try this one, guys. I don't know what's wrong. What in the hell? The fool. Hmm. Don't understand it. Do not understand it. Okay. Can't open, close. I think that one was the last one I had for besides iTunes, which I'm not gonna mess with iTunes or Apple Music. Okay, MP3 tag, Music Brains card. Media Monkey. Why will you not install? Come on, come on. Work it now. About time. There we go. I doubt it. Gonna wrap this one up because this is closing in to the 3 o'clock hour. Or the 3 hour, excuse me, the 3 hour mark. Been 2 hours and 27 minutes. So if y'all got any questions on this or anything else that I've said tonight, uh, go ahead, hit me up in the comments right now. Let's launch it. Of course, with this being a trial version, it's probably a trial the same as all the rest. It's only going to give me a limited amount of stuff that I can do with it. So we'll see what it can do or what it can't do. So right now it's opening now on another screen. Here we go. All right. Setup is a little bit different than the rest of them. That is not the actual screen of it. Is on um, the main page where it opened up, but it's in the background. So as I finish answering these questions and moving through the steps, it'll it'll give me more. So I want to do a manual. I go ahead and let that stay. Sure, why not? Yeah, this gives you a lot more stuff that you could do with it. Didn't find anything. So I may need to get it to search in a different location. Okay, here's the actual program. Nope, no parking lot. From 1 to 50,000. It has a lot of tutorial information that you can grab, and if somebody is not familiar with it, they can teach you as well as you can learn from there. All right, so let's try to get something loaded. Okay. Yeah, man. Thank you for tuning in and providing the little insight. I'm gonna look into that program that you mentioned because I've used it or I've heard of it before, but I can't remember when you mentioned it. I'm like, okay, what is that? I've heard of that before, but I don't know where. All right. Oh, I could even pull up network. Oh wow. All right. So let's get some music. See, here is showing my music. back a step. Now, I don't know whether all these are the same. All right, let's see what it does. Let's try this. Move and rename file to new location based on tag artist title. So this one you could do batch. I wanted to see, I wanted to uncover that track on one. So I wanted to know, may not be able to do that with this version. But it has its uses. I think I would have to get the premium version in order to make it work. Let me see something. And I'm gonna wrap this up, guys, because I gotta go to work tomorrow. All right. So I'm not for sure whether this one I may have to get the gold version to get it to do what I want. But this one has some potential for small files, for small folders or whatever. And you can actually auto DJ. Nah, too much stuff. See, it changed that track. Oh, and I don't like that. It changed the artist name to track one. Let's go back to tools. Didn't even do the artist name. So I don't like this one. Right here, this is where it did that. And you need to have a space in between that. Okay, so you can make changes. You can convert this one. And this is a pop-up that I got when I clicked on settings. So I guess this is something that I have to do in that version. All right. So if I don't have any other questions, I am about to wrap up. I'm about to do a little practicing if you want to join me in the cutting room. And I'm about to try this little baby so I can get a good night's sleep. So thank y'all for joining me, Atlanta DJ Zone, Tech Tuesday Live. You're here with the kid. I'll check y'all next week or next episode. Make sure you tune in. Pandemic Games Entertainment live premiere event coming up this Saturday from 6 to 8. If you're not already in the group, go to it on Facebook, facebook.com/groups /PGE 2021. It may change. I'm gonna make an announcement in a little bit that I'm gonna be opening up a new group, and to join that group, and we'll have everything imported to that group, so rooms will be ready when we get ready to do it. But other than that, I would catch y'all um, this weekend. So other than that, I'll see y'all later. I'm out. Peace.